Something is wrong with YouTube. And I've been working with several creators for the last couple years, and they're pulling, hundreds of millions of views every single month. And I've noticed it. YouTubers used to build relationships through their videos, and now they just build up a retention graph. Now they just view max. And I want to talk about it because it kind of creates a gap in the market that you can take advantage of to grow. If you've been wanting to grow, this could be it. Basically, most of the top creators on the platform are view maxing. They are just optimizing for views. Every word in the title, every pixel in the thumbnail, everything that's said in the video is optimized to hold the viewer for as long as possible. And don't get me wrong, I love that. I am such a YouTube nerd. I do that every single day. The problem is that if you optimize videos too much, eventually they become like this soulless brain rot. It'll get views, but nobody will care about you. Nobody will feel a connection, and you won't really be making people's day better. It'll feel like, I don't know, if you ever scrolled on TikTok for like an hour and a half and you're like, whoa, what have I just been doing for the last hour and a half? That's how it's gonna feel. And so as a creator, you have an opportunity to make people's lives better and to build relationships. And it's not only like, oh, okay, good, morally you should do that or ethically, but also in general, it's better for your business. It's better for the safety and longevity of your channel if you focus on building a relationship. And so something I've been trying to add into the equation lately, working with clients and growing on YouTube, is yes, we want to view max. I want to hit more views with my clients than anybody else. That is 100% a goal. But that doesn't mean I can't also optimize for relationships. And this is something that live streamers are doing really well. Live streamers build such insane relationships with their fan bases. Like it's actually crazy. If you're a huge live streamer, it's pretty normal to have millions of subscribers on Instagram and other platforms. It's normal for you to sell out events in person. You can be a YouTuber with 1 million subs nowadays, and you have under 5,000 followers on Instagram, or nobody shows up to an event you hold. That's really normal on YouTube, and I think it's kind of a shame. I think YouTube is one of the hardest platforms to succeed on, and that's why view maxing has become such a big thing. But if you're intentional about it, you can view max and also build relationships. So here are a couple things I'm going to be focusing on in order to build a strong relationship with fans while also maximizing for views. The first thing is just humor. Everybody has humor. Everybody is funny. Everyone's just funny in different ways. Whatever way you're funny in, start adding that in. Like actually build it into a checklist. Like, did I make at least 1 or 2 jokes in my video? Plan for it, because if you don't plan for it, it's not gonna happen. Humor is the easiest way to connect to people. It's big hacks. It's fun to do and it's easy to do. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I'm kind of thinking about is, we all know the first 30 seconds of a YouTube video is super important. And after that, let's say the first 2 minutes, right? But what I'm gonna try to start doing is after the halfway point on YouTube videos, we're gonna start lengthening things out a bit and letting a bit more personality shine through. The same way maybe sections would be cut a little bit less tightly back in the day, the same way a raw moment would be shown more in the past. We're gonna start doing that in the second half of videos. And the reason we're doing it in the second half is that if you successfully hold someone for like the first 50% of your video, unless you make a really stupid mistake, they're kind of just gonna keep watching till the end. Like that's kind of like how the viewer behavior normally goes. Obviously, it varies, but in general, that's how it goes. And so lengthening things out, allowing more personality to happen, at that point is worth maybe the percentages you'll lose in retention, because it's a long-term thing. You're building a relationship with viewers, which is super important. And this is especially important if you aren't, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. Like, the biggest YouTubers in the world can afford to just view max and just not build any personality, and they're fine. They're all multimillionaires, if not billionaires, right? And if you're a smaller creator, it's my opinion that you absolutely have to invest in building a relationship. And so those are the 2 things I'm looking at right now: is a bit more humor, being more raw in the second half, and making decisions that are kind of counterintuitive to view maxers. Keeping a certain section in, doing extra for the plot. A third thing that I'm kind of thinking about is that there's a lot of videos out there that are, kind of easy to do and that can pull crazy views. And I feel like that comes through in the content, that it's kind of brain rot. And so finding a way to put in more effort into videos to make it better, small things, making small things better. Viewers see that and they feel it, and it builds more of a relationship when you obviously care and you're going the extra mile to make content better. So these are very, very rough thoughts. As I'm thinking about them, I wrote this down in my notes yesterday, and I thought I'd share them. So, subject to change, think these over yourself. But I think in general, if you optimize for building a relationship, you're going to be doing something that very few other YouTubers are doing or even thinking about, and that's good. Because the more things you're doing that everyone else is not doing, the more likely you're going to see success, in my opinion, as long as you're not doing dumb shit.